Hello, friends. Today I'll be talking about the new Mandalorian and Grogu movie, and it was definitely a children's movie, no doubt about it. Um, if anything, I would say that they should have made this season 5 or 4 or whatever season they should have been on, because to me, it didn't seem like an actual main story of what, like, for example, a Star Wars story was. Like, Solo, for all its flaws, it tried to be its own separate thing. Mandalorian and Grogu, it was its separate thing, it was its own thing, but in the end, it didn't feel unique at all. It just kind of felt like an add-on. Like, again, if they made more to it and created it as like a TV show and made it like a season 4 or whatever, which season they're on, I would say that, this Mandalorian Grogu thing wouldn't be as bad as I saw it as. The dialogue itself was pretty poor, and the way everything was kind of fleshed out was kind of redundant. Like, for example, in the beginning, Sigourney Weaver's character talks to Mando about, the new mission to rescue Rada the Hutt, as we've seen in the trailers. And after she's done explaining all this, and Mando is like, I don't work for you, I'm an independent contractor or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And she says, and Sigourney Weaver's character ends with saying, if you don't want the job, then I got nothing for you. Which, in my mind, if I were Mando, if I was the Mandalorian, I'd be like, alright, you don't got anything for me, I'm just gonna go off and go get more bounties and, collect more money and go off on my merry way. Because like I said, or Mando said beforehand, he's an independent contractor or whatever. He doesn't work for anybody. And it just kind of didn't make any sense. That line didn't make any sense because obviously Mando takes the job, as we know, or else we wouldn't have this ridiculous story that we have for a movie. Another thing that was kind of silly to me, as we saw in the trailer, like, this is again another note of, like, this isn't a children's movie, so you can't really, like, think much about it, but there are things that, like, you kind of think to yourself, like, what's going on here? For example, it's shown in the trailers too. Mandalorian and Grogu, they're getting chased, and Grogu goes into this little, like, stroller thing, and it's able to, this stroller that Grogu gets in, he's able to, like, then travel to, like, really, really fast. I don't know how fast, but it's definitely fast, to the point where Mando is having to catch up to Grogu with his jetpack. And, like, there's just, like, a lot of silly things like that. Also, they kind of go back to the whole Star Wars Episode 7 of bypassing the compressor or whatever it's called. And that, I don't know if that's something that was intentional. I'm pretty sure it was intentional. Either it was a rub, or it was more of like, I wanted this to happen, and I wanted to, like, pay homage to that scene in particular in Star Wars Episode 7. But anyways, there's just stuff like that's in the movie that didn't really need to be in the movie. And the runtime, I can't remember how long it was, but to me, it felt long. It felt pretty darn long, especially if it's a children's movie, because it definitely is a children's movie. Um, I would like to know what you guys thought if you guys seen the movie, because to me, I I think it was Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau that helped write this movie, and I must say that if this is what Star Wars is right now and how Star Wars will go on into the future, I do not have any hopes for Star Wars whatsoever. I don't know what they're trying to do. If they're trying to if they're moving towards more like, I mean, like children, like kids, then you can definitely tell from this movie. But if they're trying to go for like uh everybody, and especially like more toward like Star Wars fans, I don't see them really accomplishing that goal in the near future. Anyways, like I said before, if you guys saw the movie, let me know. Put your comments down below if you liked it and if you didn't like it. Either way, I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.